They thought she was just another quiet hotel maid, invisible in her faded blue uniform and worn-out sneakers. But when she answered a call in fluent Dutch, right in front of a billionaire hotel guest, everything changed. What if the person society looked down on had a story worth more than money itself? What if the most valuable person in the room wasn't wearing a suit, but pushing a cleaning cart? Before we continue, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell to get notified for more. Share friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. It was a Grand Eden Hotel in Amsterdam, where every chandelier gleamed like royalty and bellboys moved like clockwork. Among them was Amara, a 28-year-old black maid from Suriname, quiet, precise, and always early. She cleaned the rooms of the rich, the powerful, and the ignorant. Her blue uniform blended into the background, but her mind, sharp, multilingual, and educated, was anything but average. That morning, she was assigned to Suite 907, booked under a name that sent murmurs through the staff. Mr. Henrik van der Zwaan, a self-made Dutch South African millionaire. He owned tech companies, vineyards, even 2 islands. But what he didn't own, yet, was respect for those he believed were beneath him. As Amara adjusted the pillows on his king-size bed, her work phone rang. Without hesitation, she picked it up. "Hello? Goldmorgen, hoe gaat het?" she said naturally. Henrik, standing by the window, froze mid-sip of his espresso. Slowly, he turned around. "Jy spreek Netherlands?" he asked, almost amused. She blinked, realizing her slip, then straightened up. "Yes, sir, I do." The room fell silent. Then he chuckled, not kindly. "You're Surinamese, aren't you? Cleaning rooms and speaking Dutch." "That's rare," he said, raising one brow. "Come here." Amara hesitated, but obeyed, standing still a few feet from him. "What's your name?" "Amara, sir." He studied her face like she was a math problem. "What's your education?" "Bachelor's in linguistics. University of Utrecht." His amusement turned to curiosity. "Why are you a maid then?" "A beat," she replied calmly. "Because I needed to survive after my father passed. My student visa ended. I stayed undocumented for a while. I've since been trying to rebuild." He nodded slowly, his expression unreadable now. "I want you to stay, for a conversation." "Sir, I'm hosting a brunch this afternoon. Important guests. Politicians, tech founders. I want you to serve at the table." "I don't normally serve, sir." He leaned forward. "That's an order." Later that afternoon, the suite buzzed with guests. Amara wore a fresh blue uniform, pushing a silver tray and trying not to draw attention. But she couldn't help overhearing. They talked about global investments, Dutch politics, African aid, and the importance of educating third-world countries. One guest, a thin woman in pearls, said, "If only we could teach them the language. Most of them can't even speak Dutch properly." Henrik locked eyes with Amara. Just then, he saw the sting in her expression, the heat rising behind her cool gaze. He tapped his glass. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said loudly, "allow me to introduce someone." Amara froze. "This is Amara. She's not just your maid. She speaks 5 languages, including French, Dutch, and English. She's a trained linguist, and she heard every word you just said." Silence. "She's also smarter than most of you in this room," he added, "because unlike many of us, she's had to earn every breath, every coin, and every inch of self-respect." Amara's face flushed. She wanted to disappear, but instead, she stood taller. "Say something, Amara," Henrik encouraged. She looked directly at the woman in pearls and spoke in perfect Dutch. "What you zegged over ons, zeg meer over uzelf. Intelligent is niet wit ridge of Westers. Het is menselijk. What you say about us says more about you. Intelligence is not white, rich, or Western. It's human." The room stayed quiet for a beat. Then someone clapped. Then another, until the whole suite filled with polite applause, half in admiration, half in guilt. After the event, Henrik pulled her aside. "You need to be somewhere else. Not in a hotel room with a mop." Amara didn't smile. "That's what I've been trying to tell the world." He handed her a card. My foundation sponsors immigrant education initiatives. Full ride, master's degree, legal support. You're too brilliant to stay hidden. She stared at the card, then at him. Thank you, she said, but not with desperation, with dignity. That night, Amara walked home under the fading sun. Her blue uniform rustled in the wind, but her heart was lighter than it had been in years. Moral of the story? Never judge someone by their uniform or accent. Behind every overlooked person is a story, a skill, a soul. Society often places people in boxes they don't belong in. It's time to tear those labels off and ask what lies beneath. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you were Amara, what would you have done? If you haven't subscribed till now, please do. Your support means a lot. See you on our next story.